Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué tal? You're back in Spanish class with Professor Jason. And today I'd like to sort of start to wade into some grammatical topics. And what we're going to do is talk about the subject pronouns. For example, how to say I, you, he, she, it, they, you guys, etc. in Spanish so that we can start to use the verbs along with those subject pronouns and start to construct some sentences, okay? And also so that you can comprehend them when you hear them in spoken Spanish. So here we go. I'm going to now give you the subject pronouns in Spanish and talk a little bit about them, their usages, okay? To say I at the beginning of a sentence, such as I speak Spanish, the subject pronoun is yo. For example, yo hablo español. Yo hablo español. For you, the subject pronoun is tú, okay? You can say tú, which is the familiar you that you would use with people that you know well, members of your family, young children, things like that. Or you can also use another subject pronoun, which is usted. Usted also means you, but it's more formal. You would use it with people you don't know well, people that are older than you, in positions of authority, etc. So you have tú for you, and also usted. Tú being the informal, familiar, and usted being the formal, okay? Let's move on to he and she. To say he, it's él, okay? And she is ella. So we have él, he, she, ella, okay? Try those. Él, ella, okay? And I'll upload another lesson that has the verb forms that go along with these. I'm not going to go into verb conjugation quite yet. Look for my next lesson on that. All right, let's move on to the plural forms, okay? A plural form would be, of the I pronoun, would be we, right? And in Spanish, that's nosotros, nosotros, okay? So we speak Spanish, nosotros hablamos español, okay? More on the verbs later, nosotros. All right, plural of you, for example, you guys, in Spain they use a pronoun called vosotros, vosotros. Vosotros has its own verb endings and things like that, and it's not used in Latin America in current speech. You only need to know vosotros if you're traveling to Spain, where it's very, very frequent that you'll hear it, okay? So vosotros means you all, you guys, or if you're from central Pennsylvania, youans, all right? But in Latin America, they use the formal form indiscriminately for you all, which is ustedes. You can see it goes with usted, but in Latin America they use ustedes for you all, or you guys, okay? To talk about them, or those guys over there, them, the word is, if it's a group of men and women mixed, it would be ellos. If it's all men, it's ellos. And if it's all women, it's ellas, ellas, okay? So they is either ellos, if it's men or mixed, or ellas, okay? And that pretty much covers what the subject pronouns themselves are. Just a couple other notes maybe. And I'll go back over this when I do the verb conjugation lesson. But because the verb endings in Spanish are very different depending on the subject that you're talking about, especially when talking about I, yo, tú, you, or nosotros, the verb endings are so different that many native speakers don't use the subject pronoun. They just conjugate the verb. So instead of saying yo hablo español, they'll just say hablo español. Same with tú. Instead of tú hablas español, which is correct, you can get away with just saying hablas español, okay? Same with the nosotros forms. The other forms are a little bit more ambiguous, and it's good to use the pronoun usted, él, ella, ellos, or ellas to distinguish, okay? Just to make sure that everyone knows who we're talking about, okay? And remember, in Spanish, there are two different ways to say you in the singular. Tú, if it's someone you're familiar with, or usted, if it's a more formal relationship, maybe of authority or respect. Okay, so again, just to recap, I is yo, you is tú or usted, he is él with an accent on the e, she is ella, okay, él, ella, we, nosotros, you all, if you're in Spain only, is vosotros, and the rest of the Spanish-speaking world, you guys or you all is ustedes. They, if it's masculine or a mixed group, is ellos. And they, the girls, if it's a group of all women or girls, it's ellas. Okay? So that's the lesson on the subject pronouns. In isolation, it doesn't mean too much, and that's why I'm going to upload next a lesson on basic verb conjugations in the present tense for AR, ER, and IR verbs, and you'll see those pronouns being used. So tune in to my next lesson on basic present tense verb conjugations, okay? Thanks for listening. If you have a question about a topic in Spanish, feel free to contact me here at my channel, Language Now, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Hasta luego. Ciao.